What a rowdy bunch. We like that. So the holiday's just around the corner, and you know what, the holiday's very fun for a lot of us, but you know, some of us, there's some stressful situations sometimes for the holidays. So we want to get you started with your all-around, overall holiday survival guide. We also have Sebastien Centner with us today. Hey, Sebastien. And Sebastien, you're going to focus on the food part of this.
We're going to focus on throwing a good holiday party. Food, decor, maybe even a few drinks here and there.
All right, awesome. Sounds good. You can't talk about the holiday parties without talking about the food and the place settings, and that's why we've got Sebastien here.
Well, I'm glad to be here.
Yeah, good to have you. Perfect time of year. We've got one table here, but you've done two different looks, two drastically different looks.
Yes, and what we're trying to do is we're talking about surviving the holidays. We're trying to make it easy, simple. You don't want to spend, you know, the entire time the week before planning your holiday party and setting things up, etc. So we want to keep it simple. Both of these looks you can accomplish for either 4, 6, 8 people in about 10 to 15 minutes, maybe a few minutes more. And what
10 to 15 minutes?
I'm telling you, you can all go on the table. I mean, we did it here in 10 minutes, but there's 3 of us. But you can make it work.
Okay, you can make it work.
Couple of glasses of champagne and time goes by like that. You're set. You're set. So what we did here, first of all, is this is more of our environmentally friendly, sort of bringing the outdoors in type of look. So we did some chopped blocks. These are fallen trees. We added a few little accents like the rattan place table card holders. We did these right here, which are chalkboard place cards. These are great because you can reuse them for different types of occasions. Everything here is something that we've tried to reuse. So even the corks.
Oh, very good.
So we filled these with corks. They're standard vases. Actually, we use them for a few different things. And what we did is we added in the corks so that it was a very, very simple element, something easy to do, and you can also keep them and reuse them.
And this is, you know, this is environmental, but it's also nice and rustic.
It is.
And the good thing about going with this kind of a theme is you can get stuff from your yard.
Absolutely. I mean, these trees come right from my yard in the backyard. The pine cones my kids collected. It is all about that. It's about using them, and you can sort of, it's two very different looks, but it depends on the personality and the type of event you're hosting and exactly what you want to achieve with it. The biggest challenge is getting enough corks.
That's
drink a lot of wine.
Actually.
Yeah, is it?
Yeah, that's not a hard challenge.
Yeah, this took us about what, maybe about 3 nights? No, no, just kidding. We'll have you over next time.
We'll get into that later. Joe Rich is here. Maybe we can use some therapy on that. Okay, so the tablecloth as well?
Yeah, exactly. It's just a burlap tablecloth, very, very simple, mahogany chairs. Again, we're not trying to reinvent. We're trying to just curate something that has a nice look to it, that has a feel, that's comfortable, that's holiday, obviously, with the pine cones. But again, that's really simple to put together. Nothing, and also to take apart. At the end, you don't want to spend, you know, the rest of your evening or the next day cleaning up, so it has to be simple. The corks come out, a couple of candles, pine cones go back in the yard or in a bag for next year, and you're all said and done.
Talk to me about these utensils. They're very cute.
These are great, aren't they?
Yeah.
This is actually called twig cutlery. I have more sets of cutlery. My wife.
Do you really?
Yeah, if I bring home any more cutlery, I swear my wife makes me put it in the garage.
She's going to use the knife on you.
Oh, for sure. But these are called twig. These are great. I actually got these at Kitchen Stuff Plus. And they're just a nice pattern, very rustic, etc. So it contrasts with what we're going to show later, the contemporary look. Okay,
I like that you got that at Kitchen Stuff Plus, because that's very affordable.
Very. You know, everything that we're seeing here is very affordable. What we tried to do is, I mean, with times being like they are, and you want to keep things, you know, less stressful, budget is always an issue when you're entertaining. By the time you have to buy the food and the alcohol and everything else, we want to keep things affordable, and that's really important.
Let's show sort of a more formal, I guess. This would be for a more formal dinner party.
Right. So this is a little bit, or it's you know, it could be the same dinner party. It's just a different look. This is the contemporary look. So what we've done here is a little bit different. We started with a white tablecloth. Everyone has one at home. Yeah. Standard. We've done a silver and white motif. We've done some little accent pieces like the red champagne flutes. Oh, that's nice. Simple things like that. And then in terms of a centerpiece, now these, depending on the size, these are a little bit big for a centerpiece of a table, but they're great for decor around your house. And actually these are from PC Home, from Loblaws, and they were literally, these are plastic balls. There's some glass vases that are really inexpensive, and the same thing, this whole centerpiece here was about, I think, about $30. Oh, that's great. Yeah, and you can reuse it, and you can use it around the house in different ways. It's about keeping it affordable, keeping it inexpensive. Same thing, the cutlery, although very different than what we showed you on the other side, this is all PC Home. So again, it is? Yeah, so it was inexpensive, it's heavy, and it's nice nice quality, but you're not going to break the bank. Okay, so walk me through then. You've got the plates there. Where are the plates from? The plates here, I believe, these are from Williams-Sonoma. No, sorry, I'm Pottery Barn.
Pottery Barn,
These are from Pottery Barn.
And they're lovely. They've got the silver lining
band
around the edge.
You know what? Also, this is the type of stuff that you want to have around the house, some basic things. Not everybody has 6 sets of cutlery, etc.
Yeah.
But if you're going with something basic, I mean, even if you took the cutlery and you moved it over to this side, it still works. It maybe brings it up a notch.
Yeah, it's very nice cutlery.
So the idea is white and silver plateware works really, really well.
Yeah.
And this is a great little trick. This is sort of one of my favorite things to do at the holidays. You always have to do place cards. You're seating for 8, 10, whatever number of people you're doing.
Right. So are the place cards a must?
I think so. I mean,
every time someone's on this show doing a little dinner party, they always say do the place cards.
100%, because you know what? The dynamic of who you seat where is hugely important.
You want control over that.
Well, you know what? If you have somebody who's sort of a little bit quieter, more introverted, you don't want to put them next to necessarily the craziest person at the party, but you also don't want to put them next to somebody who's similar in the way that they won't talk a lot.
Okay.
So you want to mix it up in such a way, and that dynamic of where people sit will make or break your dinner party.
All right. Okay. All right. Fair enough. Okay. So show me the little box.
So the little box. These are great. What we've done is I created a little gift box, and then we cut out the bottom.
Ah, nice.
Okay. So what you do is you add a simple place card to it, okay? And then what you can do is either put a small gift for each person, you know, they do Christmas crackers, that kind of thing. Well, we're sort of it's a more modern version of that.
Yeah.
Or one of my favorite things to do is to put what's called an amuse-bouche on the plate.
Yes.
So it's like a canapé.
Yeah.
You put the canapé down on the plate, you cover it, and then as guests sit down, you unveil it like this.
That's lovely.
It's kind
and
of
there's
fun.
nothing like a little amuse-bouche.
Exactly. To get
when you're at a restaurant, that means you just got more food for free, I think.
That's exactly right. So if you go to somebody's house, it's exactly the same thing.
Yeah, same thing. Very good. More of Sebastian's great party planning ideas can be found on our website. So check out cityline.ca for that. Just click on Show Guide. Thank you for your ideas, Sebastian. Great. And I understand you have very detailed tips. That's all on the website. So you've got everyone coming over to your house, and you're thinking to yourself, I don't have the time to cook everything from scratch and to go out and get the fresh products. So, Sebastian, you're going to show us how to sort of cheat our way to a lovely party.
I don't know if I'd call it cheating.
Well, it's a little bit of cheating because some of the stuff is store-bought.
It's true, but it's
we're going to dress it up. It's great cheating. I'm all about it.
You know what it is that nowadays, I mean, all for it. You've got a week off before Christmas. You can spend it, you know, cooking and getting things organized from scratch. Absolutely fantastic. But the fact is that, you know, in the big city, everybody's running around. We're stressed out, etc. So if you can take a few shortcuts, but still entertain well, why not? Especially there's some great products out there you can do it with. So a few ideas here. First of all, on the food end. Things like, for example, people love doing shrimp rings for Christmas. It seems like the thing you see it at every single Christmas party. We're saying you can do that, but let's take it up a notch to a different level and create something a bit more interesting.
Okay.
So what we've done here is we've created individual shrimp cocktails. So it's a cucumber cup. We just hollow it out, so it takes 2 seconds to do. Add a little bit of cocktail sauce, cut your shrimp, and you're done. Maybe a little bit of a lemon rind to finish. Yeah. But it's a different, it shows that you've put more effort into it. You see a tray of these at, you know, a cocktail party or a Christmas party, you realize the host has actually done some work on it versus just slapping down a shrimp cocktail tray.
Yeah, because let's just get a shot of this. No one wants to be at the party and this is out on the table. That's not cool.
Well,
that doesn't look good.
Without the plastic, it actually is pretty cool. But
you think so?
Yeah, well, it's definitely cooler. But I'll tell you something. You take it, you bring it up a notch, you change it to the cucumber cups, and you'll definitely make an impression.
And take the little tails off.
You can, or you can put the thing about.
Sebastian, you're just arguing with me on every point.
I know.
Here.
I'm sorry. No, you're right.
Because if you take the tails off, you're not stuck with the tails.
I'm not going to get invited back. Just take the tails off. You're absolutely right. Yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right. And leave the plastic on too. No, so then we've got another idea here. Now this is one of my favorites. We came up with this recently. The idea is that lasagna. Everybody loves lasagna. You serve it to your kids with Caesar salad when you want a quick dinner and everything else. You wouldn't think of it for a party. So what we've done is we've created something a bit different. We've cooked the lasagna. This is a PC lasagna. And we've put it in Asian takeout containers.
I love it.
And we put a little bit of Parmesan, fresh Parmesan cheese. We can torch it as well. I'll maybe not do that today. And the great thing is all you do is you add a fork to it. You serve it on a red tray. And there you go. You're ready to go. It's easy,
so
it's simple.
Great. Yeah, we'll just keep that up for a second. Perfect.
And the great thing about it is that, you know, when you're doing a cocktail party, it's all about providing enough food so that people, they're going to be drinking. You want to provide some substance. And that's the challenge is, you know, people go to parties and at the end of it, they're starving still.
Yeah.
Things like this are a bit more substantial. They'll fill people up. And at the same time, I mean, they're great presentation.
Where did you get these little containers from?
You can get these at a ton of different variety stores. I actually got these on Spadina, but you can get them in lots of places. They actually come in Toronto. There's a store called Create a Bag that has these.
Oh yes, we've talked about that.
Yeah,
store
and they've got about
before.
20 different colors. So if you want to do red ones, green ones, you can certainly do that as well.
Very good, and hopefully they have an online service. It would be great.
Yes, they do actually.
So people across the country.
Createabag.com or .ca. Yeah.
Perfect. Okay, so now we have the shrimp cocktail. We have the lasagna in containers. What else could we do that's easy?
Okay, a couple other things. First of all, a dessert, something sweet. So again, creating dessert canapes, here's something that we've come up with, which I just love. What they are is they're cheesecake lollipops. So if you take one of them like this, basically it's traditional New York cheesecake we started with. We cut it in cubes, skewered it with acrylic, and then we provide 3 dipping sauces, a dulce de leche, a raspberry jam, and a chocolate. It's simple, people will love it, but at the same time, it doesn't look like, you just took something and threw it out there. You've actually created something in only a few minutes.
Oh my goodness, that would be my drink at the party.
There you go, exactly. Add a little bit of vodka and I think you're set.
Just give me that, forget the champagne. That's awesome.
And you know what, also one more thing about that is that whether you're doing canapes or something simple, you can dress it up.
Yeah.
So here's a couple of quick ideas. First of all, this is a tray that we created. It's a frame from IKEA. So we did
that's nice.
It's a deep frame, and you can do it with, in this case, we use ornaments, you can do crushed glass. And with the glass on top, it's great, because what you can just do is serve your canapes right on top of it.
Oh, that's a lovely idea.
It's different, it's interesting, it sort of brings things up a notch.
All right. Let's talk a bit about the drinks, because this is a really good,
I knew you were going to get
way. You knew I was going there, right?
Absolutely.
A good, easy way to make sure that your guests are getting the drinks they want all night without you being stressed out.
Absolutely. You're going to find that at holiday time, you don't want to spend the whole time in the kitchen or running and getting people drinks. Of course, you want to be a great host or hostess, but if you can do little shortcuts and things that make it simpler, this is a great one. So what it is, basically, it's a champagne bar. So what we've done is, we've used sparkling wine, Canadian sparkling wine, of course, and we've put it on ice. We have a non-alcoholic version, just in case somebody's not drinking. And then we provide with it a whole bunch of different mixers, so people can mix their own champagne cocktails.
Excellent.
And you add a little garnish, in this case blackberry or a peach, and you are set. You just have to replenish the bottles every once in a while in the garnishes, and you're done.
Sebastien, great tips. I'm going to use some of these this holiday season. Stay with us. Much more coming up after the break. Speaking of gifts, we've got Sebastien with a nice tray of gifts right now.
Oh, wow. Can you win Sebastien coming to your house the day before Christmas? That's all I want to know. Oh, look at this.
The day before.
Lovely.
Wow, look
and you know what? I really like the mirror for a tray. That's a great idea.
Nice.
Actually, the mirror, I got a 4-pack at IKEA. I just use them as trays.
IKEA.
So they're about $3.
Nice and inexpensive. Nice and frugal.
And I complained I only got a glass of water. You see, I take that back now.
You know what?
Jeanette,
you know what? I feel bad I didn't get you anything, but I would share my water with you.